What's up? Welcome to Clozer Cult. My name's Alma Merrill. And today, we're doing some live for sell by owner calls. In this studio, we got my friend Jesse. Say what up.
What up?
What up? We also got Aaron Pearson in the background. Kelly Arocha. They're just hanging out on the couch in the love lounge over there. So welcome. All right. What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
You ready to rock this?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. So yesterday we just finished our 2-day, the last of our 2-day Clozer Cult prospecting and listing class. How was that for you?
Oh, it was incredible.
Was it?
Yeah. Learned a lot, and this is actually going to be my first time actually utilizing the script on a live call.
Oh, sweet. Yep.
So we're doing it live.
I say that like I don't know that. I mean, you know. Yeah, so he kind of learned it all over the last 2 days, and we went really deep into the processes and the voices and the tones and the rates of speech and all that shit, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting to put this to play. I've done FSBO calls in the past, and the script is the best I've seen, and so I'm excited to put this to use.
Sweet, dude. Yeah, appreciate it. All right. So, and for those of you who don't know or who do know, regardless, I'm just gonna move that right over. Let's put it over here. I put this script together over just years and years of refinement. So, I mean, I've been calling FSBOs for almost 20 years now, and over the years, I've just tweaked it and adjusted it and moved it till I feel like it made the very most sense and had the most impact on people. So Jesse's going to call people live right now, and you guys get to listen in and see that happen. So you ready to rock, dude?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, man. Go for it. You're set up on the Bluetooth, and you're ready to rock.
Okay, let's get this first one going.
Your call has been forwarded to an auto.
All right, next. We're doing it, baby. We're doing it.
Hello?
Hey, I was calling about you have a property for sale?
About what?
You have a property for sale online?
I did. I sold it.
Oh, you already sold it?
Yeah, I sold.
Okay. Awesome. Well, congrats.
Okay.
Okay, have a good one.
All right. Sold it. Good for him. I'm happy for him. We only have one song on the whole thing, so maybe I should download some new ones.
Eight zero.
So Jesse's not rocking the dialer, so we have a little bit of patience with him. No big deal. Oh, fax machine. Dude, who even has those anymore? For those of you that were born before the or after the year of 2000, I don't know, you probably don't know what a fax machine is. Oh,
Please leave your message for.
You said 07, Aaron? Yeah, about 07. That's probably about right. Yeah, when fax machines stopped being actually utilized. He's freaking cool as a cucumber right here, this guy.
Hola.
Hey, I was
Hola.
hey, I was calling you.
¿Qué?
You have a property for sale?
No te sentí, no te siento bien.
Do you speak English?
Y no, yo no hablo inglés. ¿Quieres que yo te hablamos en español?
Okay, no worries.
Thank you. Gracias. She's probably like, wait, did I just hear two separate voices on the line? You're talking while I'm talking.
Good luck selling that property.
Yeah. Hey, Aaron, lean forward. Say hi, dude. Lean forward. There you go. Oh, hey, ladies, he's single. Man, he's strapping. He's strapping. Kelly, lean over to your left. What's up, Kelly? There he is. Are you single right now? I can never tell. You always got ladies.
Your call has been.
All right, we're hitting some empty phones. It's all good. Look, guys, this is part of the process. So when you call people, just remember it's part of the process. Now, the quicker route, which I usually recommend and what I do is I'll get obviously have a dialer. And so it's like twice the cost on your lead source, but it's worth it for my.
This is Dennis, and you have reached my voice.
I'm gonna double call that one. They might have to disturb on.
Yeah, you can include it. It just costs twice as much.
This is Dennis.
We'll get somebody.
Oh, yeah, we'll get one. All it needs one, man.
Just need one.
Hello?
Hey, I was calling about you have a property for sale?
Yes,
Okay, and you're selling it for sale by owner, right?
right.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Jesse. I'm with Century 21. I'm sure you've just had a ton of agents calling you trying to list your home, right?
More than a 10, over 100 in the last few days. So I'm not looking to sign with anyone trying to help me sell it. If you have a prospective buyer, I'll pay a 1% finder's fee, and that's where I'm at right now.
Okay, 1% finder's fee, is that correct?
1%, right.
Okay. Well, fortunately, the purpose for my call is I just sold a couple properties not too far from you, and I was just wondering if I could get some info about this home. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. So tell me a little bit about it. How many bedrooms does it have?
It's 5 bedrooms. They're very large. It's just over 1,900 square feet on the home. And everything, I've got brand new carpeting throughout the whole home, and I've got a new kitchen in there with granite countertops that are brand new. New sink, deep dish sink, new faucet, new cabinets. Bathroom downstairs is completely brand new. The upstairs is a few years old, but it does have a jetted tub. If you've looked at the pictures, you can see it. It's a Kohler, and the inside looks really, really good. So, and a new staircase was put in, or new, I should say, railing in the stairway.
Nice.
No, that's awesome. And are you currently living in this property, or is it a rental?
Yeah,
or a flip?
no, it's not. I've owned the home for 38 years, or 37 years in a few months,
Oh, beautiful.
as the original owner.
That's incredible. Well, good on you for keeping it well updated and all that. And you're obviously in a good area. So why are you selling?
I'm moving.
Moving. Awesome. Where are you headed to?
Yeah. Not 100% sure right now.
Okay. You think you're gonna stay in Utah?
No,
No. Headed out of here.
probably.
Okay.
probably.
Good. Good. Well, have you had any hits on it or offers?
Yeah, I've had a few on there.
Oh, you've been getting offers in on that?
I've had a couple too.
Oh, beautiful. And are you planning on accepting one of those?
No.
Okay. Gotcha. And roughly how many showings are you getting on that a week?
I actually just put it up on there. I have had 2 so far this week. I've got another guy that's wanting to have a look through it too.
Okay. Gotcha. And just out of curiosity, what do you think has stopped it from selling?
Well, it's really only been on the market about 3 days?
3 days. Okay. So that's not too long. So still got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tell me this. How do you feel the property is priced?
Well, I think it's priced probably right for what it is on there and for where it's at, and for redoing the inside of the home.
Okay.
I think I've had a few people tell me it's probably a little low, and I'm okay though with my price.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And what price point are you at?
485.
485. Okay. I think that's a pretty good price for that area.
Yeah, everything's completely repainted. Everything in the house has been painted, so it's never had cats in it, that's for sure. And I'm one smoker.
Oh, that's excellent. And did you do most of that work yourself, or did you contract it out?
Some of it contracted out. I had some cement work fixed on the front of the house on there, and I had a few things that were not the gentleman who did the staircase. I was extremely lucky to get him. He's actually done staircases all over the world, and
Oh, wow.
I was really excited that I did get him to work on it. And there, some of it, the cabinets were contracted out, and the countertops were contracted out.
And how did you come up with your price?
Checking the market.
Okay. Fair
Looking
enough.
around at what everyone has and what everyone's offering. So, yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. So you know what? I don't know if this will work for you or not. It may not, but I'm sure there's a certain amount of cash that you need to get out of the home in order to make it worth it for you to sell, right?
I'm not going to do owner financing. I'm not going to do that. If you're talking about that, I'm not looking at it. I just want to sell it, and I'm not looking for an investment property because that's where I've had already offers on it. I'm just not interested in that. I just want to sell it to an individual family.
Totally understand. And yeah, that's not where I wanted to go with that. I think you're correct
Okay.
in trying to find a individual family. That's where you're going to get the most amount of cash in your pocket. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't know if this will work for you or not. It may not, but obviously, I mean, if we could figure out a way that by working together, we could get the property sold by listing it, and to obviously net you the most amount of money you need to literally put in your pocket the amount of cash that you're trying to get. I mean, obviously, you'd at least be open to exploring that, right?
Not really. And I'm going to explain why. I'm not going to sign with any realtors at all. I don't want to be tied up for 6 months while it is sat on or whatever. I want to be able to do that. I've also gone in and done it onto a lot more of the sites on it that are free listing sites. So I know that I'm getting quite a bit of exposure. So I'm really not looking to sign with anyone.
Yeah, and
I've had quite a few people realtors that have asked me in every single way you can think of to do that. Anyway,
I guess
I hope.
I guess what I'm really asking is that, I know there's always a minimum amount, and that's usually why most people don't list their homes with a realtor, is because they have a minimum amount they want to get. They don't want to pay a fee. They don't want that fee to take away from their bottom line. And so, I mean, if you could net what you're trying to get on it, and still sell it the next, 20, 30 days at full price, I mean, you'd be open to at least exploring that, right?
Probably, and if it doesn't sell in a month or 2 months, then maybe I'll be interested in something different. But at this point, no.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and that's really, this. I always tell people, look, this is your house, it's your investment. I don't have any right to tell you when or what, but I'm here to serve when people are ready.
Okay. And what was your name again? And I'll put it in here.
Yeah, my name's
Okay,
my name's Jesse.
Okay, Jesse.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm with Century 21 here locally.
Okay,
Yeah,
Jesse.
okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and what was your name again?
Leslie.
You're Leslie. Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. Hey, let me ask you this. I'll actually, are you doing any open houses or anything like that?
I'm just doing private showings.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, I'll actually be over there, kind of over by you, tomorrow afternoon. Do you care if I pop in and take a look at it?
I would want a time frame of when you were going to be there because I'm not there all the time. I am a couple minutes away.
Okay.
So, you'd have to give me a time frame.
Let's see. I could come either like between like 3 or 4. I could be really flexible for you.
Okay. If you want to see it at 3, that's fine.
Okay. And then my intention, have you had a comparative market analysis done on it?
You know what? I've already got one going for tomorrow. I
Okay,
just, yeah, I don't need anything on there, Jesse.
Okay.
If you want to see the house, that's great, but I'm really not into doing anything else right now.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'll just do what I always do anyways before I look at a house. The reason I ask you that is every time I look at a house, I'll always do a comp on it just to see where the values are at. And then if I have any interested buyers, obviously I'll bring them. But in reality, the best service that I can offer somebody is if they can't sell it on their own, which obviously best case scenario is you do sell it on your own. But if you can't, then I'm here for you. You know who I am,
Okay.
in the meantime. So yeah, I'm excited to meet with you.
All right, Jesse.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
3 o'clock.
All right.
All right.
See you at
Bye-bye.
3. Okay, bye. Good job, bro. Yeah, good job. You're freaking a maniac, bro. Hold on, let me turn on your mic. I turned it off. I blocked you, dude. Go ahead. What did you say?
I just said it's my split personality, Sometimes my voice changes, and then I just, close
All right.
the deal.
So let me ask you real quick. So did I take it over at the right time? Were you about ready to call it quits?
So no. So where I was gonna go next, when
Yeah,
you
tell
took
me.
it over,
Tell me.
I'm trying to remember the objection she had. She was like, "Yeah, I'm not really looking at working with an agent. It's only been on the market for a few days."
Get real lovey with that. There you go.
And so where I was gonna take that next, it was just gonna say, yeah, of course, that totally makes sense. You definitely want to at least try a few days, see what happens. But are you familiar with what's going on with the market? I was gonna then address. Oh, well, I know what's going down. Be like, yeah, right now we're actually seeing the market drop somewhere around 5% a month right now, and going into holiday season that might get a little worse. And I want to make sure that you're actually getting the most amount of money in your pocket. And if we see it drop 5-10% before it sells, does it really matter if you end up paying a commission, right? And I was going to go kind of down that road,
right,
to see if I could.
Okay,
get
so
interested.
typically I don't go down that road because it's fear based. I want it to be all positive based, right?
Gotcha.
Just from my perspective. I always like to keep everything like, look, if we do it this way, then you can net that, if we could do it, you'd be open to exploring that. Right. So I always just try to keep it really simple, like super, super simple. Like we could go down there. Most of the time she would see it as a sales pitch and try to shut you off. And so that's why I kind of went down the road of, well, let me ask you this. I'll be right over by you. Do you care if I come take a look at it? And then I asked her, hey, have you had a CMA done? And she's like, well, I already had one. I don't need one. And I'm like, well, I always do them anyways. And so I'll just go ahead and do one and then, share it with you when I get there or whatever I said. I can't even remember what I said.
Yeah,
but
that's better.
Better. But then here's the cool thing. Now you can get in the door. You can meet her. You can say hi to her. She gets to know you because I know people like her. And if she likes you, she will list with you. So just go be your charming self, dude. You got an appointment tomorrow.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. All right. I need to write down her info. That was Leslie?
Leslie, yeah.
That was the 9090. Okay.
And my name is Jesse. Whenever I feel like at that moment when I feel like somebody's going to just lose it or I always try to just grab it and close it up. Close it, baby. Close it. This is Clozer Cult. Yeah. But yeah, I think, what did you guys think back there?
You got told no, and then you just went right in and just scheduled it anyway.
Which was, okay, so a lot of people, no doesn't always mean no. It just means they don't want it that way, right? They don't want it this specific way that they've been getting it from everyone else. And so I always try to do that. Like, hey, you know what? Let me ask you this. Because he already has great rapport. He built great rapport with her. And all it was at that point really was just like, well, okay, I can respect that. I understand. I would do that. I'd feel the same way if I were you, whatever. So she feels like she's being heard. And then the trick was, well, you know what? I'll be right over by you. Do you care if I pop in and just take a look at it? And that's why I asked her, are you doing any open houses or anything? No, we're just doing private showings. Okay. Then that was my opening to say, yeah, well, do you care if we just come over and pop in, take a look at it, Because that's the thing. Once she gets to know you, she sees your face, she falls in love with those beautiful eyes of yours, the big muscles he's got going on there. She's going to be like, oh, he's such a sweet boy. And then you're going to have a high level of trust and rapport, and then you can actually be there to serve her and help her and close that thing up. So, and being candid, we should do the comps on it and see where the values are at. Because if she's underpriced, which a lot of people are right now, you may be able to get her on market and get her at a higher price. So, because that's like one of the worst frustrations in my career is when I meet people and they're like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 underpriced in a market that's this good, So a lot of people are like, this isn't a good market. The news told me so. I'm like, dude, I just got an offer on the property put on market yesterday, and I got one that they're saying they're an offer on it tomorrow, and it's a $2 million home. So we're still in a great market. It's still a great market. All right, you want to go again?
Yep.
Let's get you at least two, dude. Oh, you need your script. There you go. I needed it for a second. I couldn't remember what we were saying.
My goal was 3 today, so I'm gonna get this one.
All right, let's go.
We're gonna get this.
Yeah, just make sure when you're talking to them that you can hear yourself really well in the mic.
Hello?
Hi, hey, I was calling about you have a home for sale?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And you're selling it for sale by owner, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, my name is Jesse. I'm with Century 21. I'm sure you've just had a ton of agents calling you to try and list your home, right?
Yeah, we've been down that road. We just don't want to do that. And I've sold multiple homes on my own, so it's not my first time.
Oh, that's great. Well, fortunately,
Yeah.
the purpose for my call is we just sold a couple of properties not too far from you, and I just was calling to get some info about this house, if that's okay.
Yeah, and if you bring a buyer, closing will give you your part of the commission.
Okay. And you guys are offering a commission on this?
We'll offer it to you, like if somebody brings a buyer.
Right.
And close, and at closing, like a normal, deal, then we'll pay you your 3%.
Okay, so you guys are offering 3%. Excellent. All right, so tell me a little bit about. Okay, yeah, definitely.
Did you get this off of Zillow or off of KSL?
I actually have I work with a lead source locally, and so I get a list of phone numbers. Yeah.
Okay, well, if you look at it on Zillow, on KSL, it has not a million, but it has a lot of pictures. And it pretty much explains everything. But what we have is a house set on, it's on almost 2.5 acres. What we have is we bought the house, the property adjoined to ours years back. So and then my husband had I forgot what they're called, but anyway, an engineer, and he filed it with the city. So we actually have 4 lots.
Oh, wow.
We have our house on one lot, and then we have the other 2. So we even have addresses. So if somebody wanted to keep it as we have, as one nice big piece of beautiful property, because it's gorgeous back there, they can. But if they wanted to subdivide it, it's already subdivided. They just have to work. And they're putting some homes next door, but they're very slow. It's a very small company, and they'll have water and all that right up, hopefully, to our property.
Okay.
They said they would, but who knows? But we have two entrances. So we have one off of 3100 and one off of 8400.
Oh, nice.
Oh, excellent. And is there parking on both those entrances as well?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We we have a shop that's 2,000 square foot. It's a center block shop. It has a heater in it, furnace. Well, it's actually a wood burner. It has a cooler. It has an office, a bathroom, big shop.
Oh, wow.
The house.
Is that a full bathroom in there?
Not a tub, just a bath, just
Okay.
a toilet and sink.
Oh, okay, perfect.
And I've always thought that house could be that shop could be turned into a house.
Oh, really? Is that how many square feet did you say it was?
2,000.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's huge.
The house itself, we've done a lot to it. I mean, it's an old house. It's built, I think, in 1938. They've done a lot of additions, but it's that earthquake didn't do anything to this house.
Oh, that's
it
good.
rattled a little bit, but it's built solid.
Yeah,
We put new in last year. We put new central air about 3 or 4 years ago. They didn't have central air, so we put one in. We put in what else new? Something else. Oh, all new windows last summer.
And
so
are those high efficiency windows you guys did?
Oh yeah. Oh, very
nice.
I got them to the point they cut down sound because we're on 8400 right now. Every window is open, but because I was just airing the house out. You know how you like to do when it's not.
Yeah, and that's worked pretty well for the sound reduction. Those windows.
Oh, yes, awesome.
That's
it's
great.
A lot of difference because we had old windows.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's about 2,400 square feet. The downstairs has actually used it as an office, but it has a really large, like a living room, but it sold it as a bedroom, but it's like a living room. And then there's like an office, and then there's a storage area, and then a bathroom. Bathroom just doesn't have it's just a half a bath.
Okay. And so how many bathrooms total in the main residence?
1.5.
1.5. Okay.
It's an older home, so it's just like I said.
Yeah.
Less lighting in, and we've done a lot of things to it. I mean, there's always more to do. I've got really nice floors. They're beautiful, but I have to wax them, and I just got done waxing them. And they're the real deal wood, so they're pretty, but I'll be honest with you, if I stay here, I'm getting new engineered floors.
That's great. It sounds like your husband's pretty handy. He's done a decent amount of work on the property.
Oh my gosh, he used to be a contractor. So with that property we bought, he's got power. He's got big lights out there. He's got he's cut down. I don't know how many dead trees or overgrowth. So that's why
That's great.
It's just a work in progress. A lot of work. He's 64 years old. He's starting to go, and actually we don't have to sell, and if we don't, no big deal. But if we do, we're going to probably Wyoming.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to ask that because you guys are in a great area. So I was just curious why you guys were selling.
Yeah.
So what's up?
And I have a great job. I love my job, but if it sells, we're just kind of seeing.
Okay. What do you do
come
for
up
work?
with the price. I'm a nurse.
Oh, very nice.
And I work at the University of Utah.
Okay. And so what's taking you guys out to Wyoming?
Get out of the rat race.
Get out of the rat. You just get a little bit of breathing room out there.
It's getting too crowded. It's getting too crowded.
Yeah, I feel
Utah for us.
It has changed.
And he's
quite
a pastor also. He's a pastor of a church here, and he's like, hey, maybe we'll just maybe start something else or something out there.
Yeah. What church is he pastor at?
It's called New Beginning Christian Fellowship. So it's a non-denominational little Christian church.
Okay.
It's like this. And I didn't list it. We listed it last year. We were not happy, and they were a good team. I mean, they were fine, but it's just we just didn't see eye to eye on things. So
right. Where do you think that old team went wrong with you guys?
Well, they promised a lot of stuff that they didn't deliver, And we're just, honestly, it's not a big enough for us to want to sell that much to deal with it. And we're at the market that if we pay 6% and we have to go down some, you're talking, it's the property we want to replace this. Well, it's not cheap to replace this.
Right.
Even in Wyoming,
Yeah. Right. So let me ask you this: what do you think has stopped it from selling?
Price. We've had 3 different people come in and almost buy it. And one guy got COVID and he ended up in the hospital. They came to us, and it was right when COVID hit. He ended up in the hospital. I don't know if he died or not, because the realtor was so frustrated. We became friends with her. She says, I did all this work and he just dropped off the planet. He ended up in the hospital and she don't know what ended up happening. So he was coming in to buy it, 1.4. And then we had another guy, he was going to buy it. It shook hands and all this. And we had the paperwork to sign it. And everything he had said the day before, he changed when the realtor brought the contract. And my husband doesn't do buying. He's like, just be honest, but don't shake my hand and say, oh, because I said, is it contingent on any other property selling? Absolutely not. And then all this stuff came, and it was like, well, it's contingent on, and it was like, no. So we've had a couple of good close. We've had close, but.
Right. And so what year, you guys had it listed last in 2020, is that correct?
2021.
21? Okay. Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, much different market then. And so you told me that you feel like it might be priced a little bit high. Is that kind of your feeling on it right now?
We're willing to go down with a fair offer.
Okay.
But it depends, if it's a fair, decent offer. I mean, we have a little room to play.
Gotcha. And so, I mean, what's your ideal offer on this property?
Tell you that, then my ideal offer would be, my husband says 1.3. That's almost 100,000 cheaper.
Okay. So, but you'd like to get 1.4 out of this one?
I'd be happy to get 1.3.
Okay. 1.3. Okay. Awesome.
Especially if I fill it or part of it.
Right.
Even if it's not, don't change.
Well, you know what? I don't know if this will work for you or not, and it may not, but I'm sure there's a certain amount of cash that you need to get out of the home in order to make it worth it for you to sell, right?
Oh yeah.
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 And like I said, I don't know if this will work for you or not. It may not. But obviously, I mean, if we could figure out a way that by working together, we could get the property sold by listing it, and obviously net you the amount of money that you need, and you would be open to at least exploring that, right?
No, my husband is never going to list it again.
No, was it the?
He's not going to list it, so I'm going to just say that's why we're fair enough to say, you find a buyer and you get confident enough, like, wow, I got somebody, I think I'm going to bring them in, and they buy it, you'll get your 3%, but we're not listing it again.
No, totally.
And hear about my 20th person that's, I get letters, and that's why I put that on. No realtors will pay for your, if you bring somebody, we'll pay your fees, because we're not listing it. In fact, we got somebody coming right now in about an hour and a half, a broker, and he's been doing some of the work to see what he can do if he wants to develop it.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. I mean, what's his hesitation from, using a realtor?
To be honest with you, he's not big on salesmen, A.
Right.
And B, he's just sell. He doesn't want to do it. And it's not that desperate to move.
Yeah. And plus you get locked into a long-term contract and all that stuff.
Well, even if you don't, it's just the point. And then the thing is, that's why somebody comes in, realtor, and says, you know what, I've got a client that's been looking. I got, can we show them your house? Because I think there's something they might like.
Right.
Then you just let them come see it.
Right. Well, let me ask.
I've had people say, oh, you only charge you 1%, one of those. I'm like, nope, just bring somebody, we'll pay you, because we're fair people.
Right.
We understand people have to make a living.
Well, and the reason I ask that is, most cases or most case scenarios where people don't want to work with a realtor is because, like you said, they had a really bad experience. They don't want to be tied in or locked into certain terms long term. And so what I do in my business is I just give people 100% satisfaction guarantee so that there's no contract issue there. And then we give
Had
them,
that with,
say that one more time.
well, we had that with the seats.
Oh, you did?
You know the seats. Yeah, we worked with the seats, and it did
Okay.
not go well. I mean, I thought it was fine. I mean, my husband was like, because they sold us on how they were going to do this and this and this, and we had crappy results.
Oh, wow.
So,
well, and
they have a great reputation.
I don't
but-
know how they do things. I'm familiar with the name, but I really don't know how they do things or how
Yeah.
they run their business at all.
They said that they were gonna, he wanted us to list it really low and then try to get these people to get war, like a bidding war, blah 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 blah
Right,
blah.
right.
It just didn't go well.
So let me ask you this. What do you think the difference is between, like, for instance, I just listed a property down in Saratoga Springs, $2 million, put it on market. We have an offer coming in tomorrow for it. It's been, 7 days or 8 days on market. What do you think the difference is between, that scenario versus, the one that, you guys had to go through? What's that? Say that again.
Saratoga Springs.
I didn't hear you.
Saratoga Springs
Saratoga Springs.
versus Magna.
Versus Magna. Well, and here's the reality. All areas will sell in this marketplace. It's just a matter of finding the right buyer. Yep.
Right, and the right price.
Right.
now.
And the right price. Correct. Yeah. So you feel like the 1.3 price point is a good price point.
I think if I'm paying a realtor, if I don't have to pay a realtor, I could probably take 1.2.
Uh-huh.
If I got to pay a realtor, it's going to be probably 1.3 because
Well,
of the realtor fee.
let me ask you this.
I know.
If you were able to
Huh?
get 1.4 easily, and then you're not worrying about commissions, you're not worrying about any of that junk, you're not worrying about a long-term contract, would your sweetheart be open to exploring that?
If you bring a buyer in,
Right.
but he's not going to find
Because the best way, because a lot of people they shy away from the listing side, but that's actually the way you get the buyer is you list it so people can see it.
I understand that. I can go on the MLS. I have a daughter-in-law that's a realtor.
Right. Yes.
I can get on the MLS.
Exactly. And that's what I always ask people. Look, anybody can put this property on the MLS. Anybody.
Right.
It's just a matter of
sold
what's
many-
the difference. How come I can go get a property, and in 8 days get a buyer at full price versus
You have more realtors.
exactly. Yep. We have a bigger network. We have more realtors. We can bring more buyers, which is more important for you guys,
Right.
And so
But we got one offer. It was $900,000, and we were like, no, we're not doing it. At the time, this was last year. The house at the time would be worth $600 with that shop,
right.
and the land I know was worth a nice little penny because you could subdivide it. But we have somebody come and look at it today and see what they say.
Good. Who's coming out? Is it a buyer?
It's a potential buyer, an investor.
Oh, good. Okay. Well,
So-
that maybe that's good. Maybe it's not good. It depends on what he
Well,
wants
the
from an
best-
investor. Yeah.
Well, we've had these investors too, and they get
Right.
flaky. So
Do you know the Bangerders?
no,
Bangerter family? They're
Really?
not far from you. Yeah. They're a client of mine. And
Okay.
I've sold a lot of land for them. Their family land right there. They have like 4 houses on their property there. And I've sold a
Hey,
lot
did
of
you
what's
do
that?
you know the Butterfields? Do you know the Butterfields?
Yes, I do. Uh-huh.
My daughter-in-law's a Butterfield.
Okay, yeah. I actually there's a part of your family that I'm their family realtor as well. I've sold some houses for them. I don't know what's
The Butterfields, they own all that canyon. Her family owns the canyon.
Oh, right. Yeah. Butterfield Canyon, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
She's the realtor.
Okay. Yeah, I've sold on some, a lot of people, everybody knows somebody in real estate, and
Oh.
and some
It's funny.
people just don't want to work with family. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, well, that one, she's just all the way in Heber, so it's not like we want to.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you
But
this.
it's,
I'll-
like I have sold houses. I'm not a dumb woman, and
I didn't
I
really
sold
you didn't come across as dumb, so
So I'm just saying, I sold a condo. Okay, listen to this. We do a lot of things because we're Christians by faith, right?
Uh-huh.
And so it's kind of meant to be. It happens. If it's not, it's okay because we're just fishing. That's all we're doing right now is
Right.
fishing.
Right.
And you understand that. So I for a couple of years I tried to sell my condo, and it was on the 17th Street of River Oaks Golf Course, right there in Sandy.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the one that they were using as the as losing my thought. When they were selling the homes, that was the one they liked to people in the future.
Right.
Anyways, beautiful condo. I bought it in 2008, and then I lost my butt. Could not sell that thing. So I just kept it, and then I rented it out for a while and married my husband. So one day he says, Kim, put the house up for sale again. I said, okay. He goes, you're going to get cash within 2 weeks. And I thought, okay, I'll put it up. And guess what? In 10 days, I got what I wanted, cash.
Wow. What year was that you put that up back on market?
Oh, that was about 5 years ago.
5 years. Okay.
Now that condo is worth $470,000.
Right. Would have been nice to hang on to a little bit longer, Kim.
I know. Well, it kind of worked out because we got this pretty decent, and then But the thing is turn around and buy another one. So that's the whole thing is that you've got to have money to turn around. And we don't owe much, but we still have a payment. So.
Well, let's do this. If you're open, if you're at least open to, me popping in, taking a look at it. Have you had it like comped with somebody who knows real estate really well, who knows land really well?
Yeah, we had the a gentleman that sold us his house. He was with City 21, I believe. This was the hardest house to comp, and that was before we bought the extra acreage.
Right.
Because there's nothing in the area like it.
Yeah, that brings in a whole new factor.
Yeah, it does. It's really hard because it's only worth what somebody will pay for it. We know that.
Here's what's so great about you and I talking is that I started my business almost 20 years in lot and land development 20 years ago. And so the reason I bring that up is I sell plenty of properties, including that $2 million one I just told you about, that are half house, half, multiple lots and acreage and things like that. And most of those I sell to my contacts. They don't sell on the MLS. They sell because I, set them up with a builder, and the builder came in and paid, full retail for the property. And so if we could do something like that, and like I said, it may or may not make sense just based on whatever the numbers are. But if we could do something like that and you guys saw value in it, and your husband saw that, hey, this guy, I don't have any high pressure sales pitch or any of that junk. I'm just here to serve. And honestly, if I'm not doing my job within, 2 weeks, you should boot me to the curb anyways,
But
so
yes, if you have people, you can say, hey, guess what? I think I have property. Hey, you want to see it? Let me call this person. You call me and say, Kim, I think I have a property.
Right.
Can I bring you people? You're welcome to do that.
Right. And that's how I do it. So when I network it goes through my listing process. And so I do have to have a listing because then I have the rights to sell the property. If I don't have a listing, I don't have the rights to sell the property because everybody that I usually take it to already has a buyer's agent.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So that's why it would be advantageous, on that level. And it may not. I mean, I haven't looked at the numbers or anything. I probably should, but if we could do that, maybe if you guys saw the possibility of that and actually just get this thing gone so you can go to, where'd you say you're going? Wyoming?
Mm-hmm. But it's got to be worth it while we're not leaving because, we got, like I said, I love my job. It would have to be, we're just fishing.
Right.
So oh, by the way, I had somebody was so close to buying it 2 months ago. And that was before I put it up. And he was another one. And he's a great guy, right?
Was he a builder?
He's a builder.
Okay.
He came by, he was going to buy it. And the reason that he backed out is because we got our neighbors to say they would sell as well. And they have a half acre right here next to us, a brick home with an apartment downstairs. And they were going to sell theirs as well. But we had 2.91 and he needed 3.
Oh, okay.
And so the thing is, we have the right of way off the property, and we could have bought. add the right of way in our name. My husband was just like, oh, and now he's sorry. But because of the right of way, it
Mhm.
wasn't in our, even though it's legal and it can't be changed,
Right.
that would take us to the 3.
Right.
But just because it's legal and can't be changed, he was like, no, I need 3 acres that for me to do what I want to do.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that just worked out. Yeah.
Man, that was a close one, huh?
So close. And then these yahoos that bought the property next door, they are sitting on it and they bought a half an acre. And
Wow.
if they would just, but they're just like a little mom and pop, like they're not real very big and they're slow walk on everything.
Right.
So,
Well, sometimes
so
sometimes it's a big dog like Edge or Ivory Homes that I sell this stuff to, and sometimes it's the little boutique builder who wants to put 3 houses on it.
right.
Well, let's do
But
this.
we thought about it. It's a beautiful piece of property.
Is it? Yeah.
It's go look on KSL. Just go on KSL, look for Magna Home Property or whatever.
Yeah.
Go look at the picture.
Okay. I will.
Okay, unless you want me to send them to you, I'll send them to you.
Yeah, that would be cool. Let me ask you this though. I'll be right over by you tomorrow afternoon, like around. Let's see. Hold on one sec. Let me just double check. I have a spot. Yeah, I'll be right over by you around like 1 o'clock. Do you care if I come pop in and just take a look at it?
Just give me a call, but
Okay.
whatever you do, don't bring up, hey, let me list, because my husband's not gonna go well with that.
Yeah, no worries.
And he's a pretty, but he used to be a project manager. He's always ran big jobs of construction, so he's very cut and dry.
Well, you'll know, and he'll know whether or not it would make sense for us to work together. And like I said, I don't have any high pressure sales pitch or any of that junk. I have a ton of experience. I've done this for years and years. Like I said, I don't know what the other agents did and what their resources were to help you through that process. I'm familiar with their name, and literally that's it. I don't even know what they do in their business.
One thing I'll tell you, they wanted me to be sending them everything. They wanted me to get paid for the pictures, pay for every,
Really?
I just sent them all pictures. Yeah, I thought that was very odd.
That's very odd.
I was like, and they wanted me to pay somebody to get aerials, and I'm going to send you some right now. And the first one is going to be the way to get out on 8100. Let me see if I can pull your name up here. Let me see if I can pull your name and add you to mine and see what you think.
Let me give you the. Do you have do you want my direct line phone number?
Are you there?
Yeah. I was just saying, do you want my direct line phone number? This is like a business line.
Okay. Do you have a cell phone?
Yeah. So it's 801 644. Are you still there?
I just went out.
Oh, we just lost her.
I'll
Here, I'll call her on this line.
She was probably sending a text and lost it.
Or no, go ahead and call her back.
My work called.
Oh, no worries. Do you want me?
Okay, so you're.
Yeah, 801 644 1990.
In fact, what I'm doing right now is I am detailing my house because they're coming by at 4:00.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I mean, I'm detailing it, but it isn't. Everything's not going to be done because I've been starting to go through stuff and get rid of stuff. And, you just have stuff packed and started to pack, and you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, no worries.
So,
yeah, I think,
see.
Let's plan on tomorrow at 1. Yeah, if you can shoot me over those pictures and stuff, I'll plan on tomorrow at 1. I'll bring my partner with me, and I'll just do a quick walkthrough. I'll share with you what I think the value is, and what just kind of share with you what we've done to sell some other properties like this. And like I said, I don't have any high pressure sales pitch or anything.
I have a lot to do tomorrow night. I'm doing a women's thing, and I have to go to Costco tomorrow.
Okay.
And also give because it's going to have to be. I don't know if my husband's going to be really into this, but we'll see.
Okay. Yeah. And if he's not, honestly, I totally get it. Like, it's a frustrating process, but if I can serve you and you guys see massive value in what, me and my team do to make properties like this sell. Because I always ask people, what's the difference between the agent that sells 2 properties a year and the one that does 100 a year, you know, and it's
And I know it's dropping. I understand it is dropping.
yeah, it is
But
dropping. Yep. And that's the thing is you got to get them gone quick as soon as you can in a market like this, because I taught a class yesterday and I was telling everybody, I don't think the market's coming back for another, 4 to 5 years to where it's at currently. So once it drops, we're going to have a time frame there that, it's going to be a while till it comes back.
yes.
So,
And you know what? My phone number. Would you just call me real quick on your other phone?
yep, I will.
Since I'm talking, save it, and then I couldn't send it.
Yeah. Here, let me see here.
Just call me on it, and I'll hang up. I mean, you can hang up after.
Okay, let's dial it in here. I'm just taking it off of my. There you go. Is it coming through there?
Is that you?
Yeah, 644-1990.
Thanks.
Okay, yep. So
I'll send them over and let me know what you think.
okay, cool. I will, and then I'll just do a little bit of research before I head over, and then I'll just plan on tomorrow at 1. I'll just call you beforehand to make sure that that time works for you. I'm actually fairly flexible tomorrow, which is a rarity, but as the market changes, that becomes more and more. I become more and more available.
I know. If you see a picture in here and you're going to see a distance, you're going to see like going to a road with a white fence. That's the way out of the property, but not on the other way.
Okay.
I'm going to send you a property. I'll send you the house. Okay.
Perfect. Okay. You rock.
All right.
I appreciate you. I'm
All
excited
right.
to meet with you tomorrow.
Okay. It was nice talking to you.
You as well. Talk to you then.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Perfect. All right, man. We got that one. So, what were your thoughts on that one? Tell me what do you think took her over the edge, or where do you think her holdups were?
The husband's a big one, right? She doesn't want to let her husband down. Oh, sorry. She doesn't want to let her husband down, right? So she definitely is hesitant to make any decisions because her husband clearly feels very strongly about not working with an agent.
Right.
And she definitely doesn't want to be like, hey, I invited this agent
right.
over. Because she's like, you could tell that's not going to be a fun conversation. And so those ones are always tricky because like it's pretty hard to get a real close when it's,
which is, if you notice when I said it to her twice, just so you know, when I come out, I don't have any high pressure sales pitch or any of that junk.
Yeah.
We'll just look at the numbers, and then she kind of cut me off a little bit, but it's like, as long as she knows that I'm the type of personality that isn't going to come over and like give a high pressure sales pitch, then she'll be fine with me coming over. Also, if I can ease her thought process in the whole process, if she feels like at ease with me, then she's going to be more likely to sell her husband on the idea. Because after being married to somebody for as long as she had, she said 2007 or 2008 they got married. What's interesting about that is women have a tremendous amount of power over their husbands. And so their influence is the best influence you can possibly have. So if the husband's the one that doesn't want anybody to come over, it's easily remedied if the wife is convinced. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So I don't give almost any weight to the fact that the husband doesn't want me over there, other than just simply respecting his wishes. But if I go over there and she's going to be the high influence portion of that, I'm totally fine with it. So she wants us. I mean, you could tell she liked us. She wants us over.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no,
okay.
She was definitely an easy one to speak with, build rapport with.
Any thoughts from you guys, Aaron and Mr. Arocha over here, Mr. Kelly Arocha?
So I think when you
hold on, let's get you on mic here.
So I think when you kind of stumped her with the question, geez, I'm trying to remember which one it was. But she had to think, you paused and she had to think about it for a minute. And she goes, no, you're right. Right. I saw that as the turning point.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right. Whenever she started to come around. I don't remember. Does anybody remember what that was? What that question was?
Yeah, it might have been mic back. I need to get some more mics in here. It might have been just kind of when she was like talking about the other agent. Like, I don't know what the other agents did. To me, that was one of those moments where it was like, I'm not sure what the other agents did to help market the property. And then the moment when she was like, oh, I remember what you're talking about. It was when she said, well, if you want to bring a buyer by. And I said,
Yes.
yeah, it was that, right?
Yes. And you said, well, that's part of my selling process is
most people that are gonna, I already have an agent representing them. I need rights to sell the property in order to market it. Yep. Yep. That was it.
I see what you're saying.
Right. Yep.
That was, to me, in that conversation, I saw that as the turning point because her idea was, all you got to do, and I hear this all the time when I call as well. Well, I don't understand why you guys don't bring a buyer, right? If you, I'm offering you a commission, just bring a buyer, right? And that's what they have in their head. And when you pointed that out to her, at least she was receptive to understand, well, okay, well, the way I'm thinking about that maybe is not right. And he's right, right? He's right about how this process works. So that's really good. And I'm gonna incorporate that into my objections.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. And being candid, I've done that before, but I kind of haven't thought about that for a while, because it's like they all say, yeah, bring me a buyer and I'm good with it. And if you can tell them something like that, like, well, most of the buyers I bring already have agents working for them. So I need to be able to be the one who lists the property so that I can attract those buyers and those buyers' agents. I need the rights to sell it. Yeah. So, yeah, I think you're right. I think that's where the turning point was. All right. Any other questions? All right.
Good. Guys,
that was a good one. Let's get some music up here. Thanks for coming in, dude.
Yeah,
it's always good to see you, man. I didn't expect to do two. I did two separate podcast recordings today. One is this with leads and all you folios, and the other one was. But hey, 2 for 2, right?
Oh yeah,
not bad.
That was solid. Yeah, thanks for the help on those.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for listening to Clozer Cult and watching on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and subscribing and sharing. Love you guys, and we'll see you next time.